Hello, my name is Kazuyoshi Hisano. Thank you for listening to the podcast program. And the title is Habits Craft for Your Future, Transforming Thoughts and Actions. And actually, this program is kind of created so that I can speak in Japanese and the similar topic in English, in Japanese and English, so that people who are learning English can also understand the context. However, because I have today in Japanese spoken something very specific about what is happening in Japan, like the specific event that will take place on 20th of April, or the feed for today that we have registered to be the sole day for the feed for it on the 10th of April, which is of course meaningful to announce to the international community. However, most of the part was trying to announce that we are going to do the celebration event on April 20th. So I was talking about please come and if you are kind of be able to be present, that's nice. But if you cannot make it, the online is available, all those kind of things. So this does not necessarily apply to all the people who are listening in English. So therefore, I would like to talk about a little bit different thing today. So, I've been traveling in March a lot, and that's kind of Europe and America. So today I am suffering the jet lag, the harsh one, because I don't know what time is it now since I've been traveling. So first I went to Warsaw, Poland, for the Corporate Connections Franchise Leadership Summit. So because I'm a franchise owner, I have attended and exchanged word and thoughts with international leaders of Corporate Connections. And then I went to the Arizona, going west and west, flew to Arizona. So this is the first time that I flew from Europe directly to the United States. And because I have no experience about this, but I was surprised that it was very close. From Europe to United States is very not so far. Of course, I could look at the map, but I felt that okay, I understood why Europe and United States of America is very close, and I didn't feel that it was a long flight. Yeah, actually, it was kind of 10-12 hours. However, I didn't feel that far. And then I was working with baseball player who is doing the spring training in Arizona, Phoenix. And I was working hard together with the player to plan for this year's season. And of course, this is a kind of a yearly routine that we sit down and think about what's necessary for success of this year. And also that will not be limited to the particular sport, but to expand the thought so that we can foresee the future, longer future, and also not just the sports, in this case it's baseball, but how he can influence the society and also be kind of a successful or earn fulfillment from his own life. So all those things are set internally as a routine or a habit for the people who are involved, like the player and the trainer and the interpreter and myself. And it's kind of a big kind of a habits circle, and every year we push this routine, and I believe that this has been contributing to the success and achievement of the entire team. Of course, the player and also the supporting team. However, what was interesting was during the process, we had experienced a little bit a tense moment because we were sitting down in the restaurant and talking about plan or all the important thing, but a lot of kind of a police officer came in fully armed with a gun, and it kind of felt that they are serious about going towards one direction, and it was not only one people, but they assembled a kind of a team with 5 to 10 people who were seriously going over to the residence. We are talking in the hotel, so residential area where I had a room as well as the people, and we were told that over there, that side is dangerous, so you got to stay here. And some kind of several officers came in, was talking to the hotel people, and they were saying that that we can't tell detail, but over there is dangerous, so you need to stay here. So that was the only information we received, and we were sort of locked down in the restaurant or lobby. And 2 days later, we heard that was a result of a shooting that had happened over there. And so, long story short, so some people were injured, and there's a fugitive or the people who have done responsible for that was in custody. So things was resolved, but this was the first time I ever experienced that a real kind of a gun challenge or issue or a shooting thing in that country. So it is a country of freedom, and everybody fights for their life and freedom, but of course there's no way to justify any kind of criminal act, but if the kind of a weapon is allowed, there's always a potential that those kind of things will happen, is what I have experienced and learned. And another thing that I have experienced was that on the flight back to I had to stop at Los Angeles, LA, and so I met a nice guy sitting beside in the airplane, and we had a nice chat, and he was talking about the important thing of life. He was probably 20 years older than I am, so he was around 70, so I just asked him his experience, because I wanted to learn, and he looked very satisfied with his life and successful, but he was a little bit worried, and the reason was that he forgot his cell phone in his car, and he only had a piece of paper to show that the ticket. So those kind of things happen, and he was worried, probably therefore he talked to me, but we had a nice chat. So what was very kind of impressive or kind of stayed in my memory is that he said that he had stopped working at age of 60. He was kind of engineer at sort of NASA related work. So probably he was a successful guy, and he said he wanted to view the beautiful moments with his family, so that he didn't want to keep working. It reflects on me because I came back to home. Usually I stay longer until the opening day of the baseball season. However, this time I had my son's commencement ceremony for the elementary school, so which is a pivotal moment in my life. So therefore, I kind of made a decision to leave the place that I wanted to kind of stay until the last moment. However, this time I have made a choice to stay with my family and do as much as possible in the during period of time when I was in Arizona. So it's kind of a sequence of making decisions and of course prioritizing things and according to the situation. So I encounter that two things are both important, three things are all important, but you have to select one or two out of that, and then that means that you can't do one thing, but so this will all led by the overall goal or a dream of your life. So I am always determined to kind of balance the thing that, and I also know that the contradiction will happen over time when you pursue a lot of things. You can't have everything. And so therefore I also want to have and achieve as much as possible. So therefore, I made a decision. I will keep making a decision about what I'm going to choose based on the goals that I've set. So I like the idea of trying to stay free, and it's scary, but I like the idea of having a weapon to protect your family. That's one way. And also I liked this country. I'm speaking from Japan, but it's really a safe place, and people usually don't get hurt or steal something from others. So it's a safe place and it's nice. So I'm thinking about how I'm gonna kind of structure my life in this global field. And also, it's always important to keep working so that we can achieve something a lot. However, at the same time, the balance of health or the family or the friendship or always something that we can't leave it. So from this talk today, I am talking about that it's always coming to one point that everything will depend on the goal setting. So you have a goal, I have a goal, and therefore the goal will align your thought so that everybody can be fulfilled as much as possible. And just try to believe in your brain power, and that will, as long as you have set your goal properly, then your brain will automatically generate an idea and tell you how to think and act. So the reason I am able to balance my life is probably that I have a clear goal, or maybe a set of clear goals, and that is driving me toward a balanced life. So today I'm gonna meet another client, and I go to Iwate to meet the team in the King of the Hill, and also I have a lot of work, diverse work. But the reason I'm somehow balancing is that because I have an overarching bigger goal that subsumes a lot of the ideas. And I'm talking about a little bit advanced thing today, but it all starts with setting your goal properly and believing yourself that you can do it. So my last word today is, I know I've talked about a lot of things, but I hope this brings some view to you, and so that you can see things from different angle. And it's about, let's set the goal and trust that it's gonna be a great help for you. Right? That is for today. And today, because I have spoken something in Japanese specifically about the events that will take place in Japan, I spoke about the experience that I have gone through in the March of 2025. But again, starting from next time, we are going to go with the Japanese English kind of a combined approach as well. Again, so thank you for listening today, and look forward to speaking with you again. If you want not to kind of miss another broadcasting or whatever this release, please put the like or yes button. I don't know what that exists, but the like button on this podcast program. Right, thank you very much, and I look forward to speaking with you again. Bye bye.